they finally got to okayness, which is good. I mean, the episode itself not good, but it is probably the best of the batch so far. So, without spoiling too much, did we, the fandom, get mostly what we wanted? Well, they definitely left a lot to that cliffhanger, so the pressure was on. In terms of the lightsaber fighting, yeah, it was pretty well done. It is a little chaotic here and there, and there are some questions because in one part of it, which makes sense, they're kind of angry. So that's like, I don't know, can Jedi be angry? Well, I guess Obi was pretty angry, and you can be angry in a fight, but yeah, that was a little bit of a slip up there. That said, some hiccups, because obviously this is a lot of fighting and it goes really quickly. It was pretty well done, and it was fairly coherent, because obviously the problem is if you have that many Jedi, either the bad guy is insanely powerful or the Jedi are insanely stupid. And they do a few stupid things. But no, you can kind of be like, oh, okay, interesting. And it does obey the canon. So if you're a fan of the EU, as well as material outside the films, it's like, oh, okay, wait, why didn't the saber cut there? Or what happened with the saber? It's like that's explained. If you know the novels and if you know media outside the six films, that is explained. So that was pretty clever. Overall, then, seems like a pretty strong episode. What is the problem? Well, and a lot of people had done some theory speculation videos. I was going to do a few myself, but I didn't. I'm still going to try to do one, which now sounds a little, like, oh, we all know, obviously. But I thought they were going to do something even more interesting. But yes, they do reveal who is Dark Helmet Guy. It turns out it was a male character, at least the helmet guy. So I'm guessing the ultimate Dark Lord villain will be someone else, but maybe that's just me. The guesswork on who was behind the helmet, people had guessed it fairly early on, and like, oh, okay. I mean, it's still an okay twist, but you're kind of like, oh, that was it. So at least one major mystery in the series was like, yeah, we all kind of knew. It was set up okay, but all right. So that was a bit of a letdown. I thought they were going to do something a little bit more creative, but there we are. And in terms of another big twist they do in the episode, it's like I'm still going to do a theory video on that because I saw that one coming a mile away. Obviously, if you have twins, there are possibilities you can do with twins, but there are still question marks. Like, okay, so I get why this person would try to do something as a twin, but why would that person care? Yeah, anyway. Good and the bad. Soul is good, bad guy good. Okay, so two good characters, and their story's kind of intriguing, but the central story is about the sisters, and their story is frankly very boring. And the murder mystery with them is also kind of boring, and all the puzzles and questions still boring. So, there we are. That said, Headland is promising a major, shocking, oh, well, this is what you thought happened, but really this happened. Kind of like a memento Christopher Nolan thing. Do I think she's a Nolan? No, 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 no. I think she's still mainly a hack. However, she did have a few good ideas. They executed those ideas fairly well. I think the idea of waiting this long to deliver ideas which were kind of obvious is not a good idea. I think the pattern they had here was have about four kind of very slow episodes with a few good moments, and then a really great episode is not a good pattern. It would have been better to do Phantom Menace, do some boring episodes, then a really great fight scene, then a few more boring episodes, and another great fight scene. But instead, they were like, boring, 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 great fight sequence. So, yeah, she's a little bit off in terms of how to do narrative structure. But this is what it was. It was a decent episode, so I will give it a decent score. I'm going to give this 6.5 out of 10. Still a lot of question marks. I think the grade will still be pretty low. This is probably the worst modern Star Wars series. But is it the worst thing ever? No, No, production value is much higher than the Ewok film or the holiday special. So people are being a little stupid. This is the worst. It's not. And the review score is really, they're just dumb. Like, it's 13%. Nope. After this fight sequence, you really can't say, honestly, it's 13%. It may not be great. It may only be like 35%, but, 35 is bigger than 11% or whatever.